Guys, welcome to this new Naft car review, Blizzard edition. Today I'll be telling you about the new BMW M440i xDrive. You could call this M440 the baby M4 because it sits in the same family as the more brutal M4 and M4 competition, but this baby still has the 8-speed automatic. This baby still has the twin-turbo 6-in-line with 374 horses for the 4 wheels and 500 Nm of torque. A baby that does the 0 to 100 km an hour in 4.5 seconds. And all of that while keeping it more of a sleeper car than its more super-powered brothers. A sleeper, at least until you see the nose. This new 4 Series, I guess, is the most controversial and most discussed BMW redesign since the Bangle 5 Series. Remember that one? I had the luck of filming a BMW campaign last year, so I was kind of used to the looks of it. So it kind of surprised me when I started sharing the pictures of this car on my Instagram account, how many strong opinions there are about this car. There's two camps. There's the lovers and the haters. I think slightly more haters still than lovers. 55% in my poll, although I have the feeling that the protest and the spontaneous gagging reflexes when seeing this car are starting to diminish a little. People are getting used to it. It's true that this car is a lot more explicit in design than a lot of the other BMWs of this moment, and that it doesn't really fit in BMW's current model lineup. How beautiful is this, by the way? But the big beaver snout, the rabbit head, the pork nose, as some like to call it, will soon also appear in the new iX EV SUV, and step by step these long vertical kidneys will also start reappearing in other BMW models. Yes, reappearing, because actually these kind of kidneys are the roots of BMW, and it's actually only from the 90s on that these kidneys started changing shape and became wider and less of a vertical thing. In the grille of this 440 we find these vertical slats that open or close depending on how much air the car needs. And I also did the test to see what is behind that number plate holder, to see if the grille continues, and it does. I was just checking if I could make it a side plate layout like an Alfa Romeo, but there's of course still the bumper. The grille continues, but it's not a hole going through the front because, yeah, safety, you need a front bumper. And then when we look at the side of the car, I always have the feeling that the back wheels look a little too small. Maybe it's because there's too much of a bulky body on top of it. I'm not sure what it is. Of course we're on the 18-inch winter wheels and not on the 19-inch summer wheels. That might have something to do with it. If you look further to the front, the vertical crease that is just behind the front wheels, I think looks very nice. And then the coupe line, or how the roof almost seamlessly goes into the rear window, and the rear window goes into the trunk, and the trunk has this kind of little spoiler lip. I really like that part of the car. And also striking is that kink at the bottom of the C-pillar. Of course not really a Hofmeister kink anymore, but a kink that follows the direction of the C-pillar. If we look at the back of the car, we see these backlights that extend to the side of the car, and overall the design is a lot more angular than previous designs. I feel some Lexus vibe in here. And of course, fake exhaust tips that do not connect to the exhaust pipe. I'll just have to learn and live with it because all the brands do it these days. The first half of my test period was on wet roads, but it was sunny. There was a lot of mud and muck on the road, and the xDrive did a quite good job. But at that time I wasn't really too happy with the front wheels always helping out, because I wanted to do these drifts, these 180s, little donuts like the things you do with an M-Power car. But of course a rear-wheel drive car will let you do these a lot more easy than a four-wheel drive car, because the front wheels were also looking for grip and they wanted to catapult me into the side of the road instead of going 180. But the second half of my review, it's been this snow, and now it's a completely different story, because the xDrive is magnificent. It is a joy to drive. You feel the car just going to the side a little, and then the front wheels will correct it and pull it into the right direction, the direction you want to be driving, and that is just great. I love this car in the snow. It's so much fun. The M440i is great for laid-back highway cruising, adaptive cruise control, assisted steering. It almost drives itself if you wanted to. But if you wanted to go beast mode, you can do that too. Sport plus drive mode, sport traction control, pedals to manual, and this thing is just a fun mobile with ditto soundtrack. It's just a joy. It's a hooligan. Initially I just wanted to rant on about the exterior of this car and the looks, and because quite frankly and honestly I was shocked the first time I saw it. Short thing is that the handling and the soundtrack of this car soon will make you forget your in-the-nose job. It's just so much fun to drive. I get the idea of BMW wanting to go back to the roots, to their design roots, but I'm still not sure if it's a beauty or just ugly. Guys, thank you so much for watching this new NAFT car review. It's been a delight to drive this car for you. Make sure you also go to naftbrand.com to follow, to buy some clothes maybe. This is a NAFT brand design. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll be very happy to welcome you in a new car review soon. Bye!